Hey guys, so today I am so excited to be filming my first impression of the Marc Jacobs Remarcable Full Coverage Foundation. I've seen so many people using this and it just makes their skin look absolutely flawless, and isn't that what we all want? Like, I am so excited. This has been sitting in my drawer for a while now, and the reason for that is when I picked this up, I thought it would be in my perfect normal skin color, but when I kind of put a little bit on the back of my hand, I realized that it's more of a fake tan shade. So I have had to put some fake tan on. Not that you can really tell, actually. It's kind of winter in Australia right now, so I was like going for the long sleeve thing. But anyway, let's just get into it, and I'm gonna put this on my face. So I'm gonna start with a primer. I'm gonna keep everything pretty much the same as what I would normally do. So use a primer, powder, etc., and really only change the foundation I use, because I feel like that way I'm gonna get the best idea of how well the foundation works. So I'm gonna use a primer that I really like and I've used with a lot of different foundations and it works really well. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer in the hydrating one, and that's because my skin is quite dry at the moment. So I'm just gonna tie my hair up first. Okay, so now that I've got my hair tied back, I'm gonna go ahead with the primer and just shake it up. Put a little, it's running out. No. So I've got about that much on my hand. I need a little bit more actually. My skin is feeling really dry. It's not like dry to the point where it's uneven, like I have dry skin or anything. That didn't make sense. My face goes really red when I put primer on because I do have sensitive skin, so as soon as I touch it, it goes really red, but that will calm down. Anyway, so we're gonna go in with the foundation now, and today I'm gonna use a buffing brush. This is the Morphe M439 brush. I love applying my foundation with a buffing brush, and from what I've heard, you really need to kind of work this one into the skin, and I feel like the best way to do that is with a brush. I'm just gonna give it a little shake. Now, from what I have seen, you don't need to use a lot of this foundation, so just gonna open it up. It's a little dropper situation, so just gonna go apply a couple. I feel like this isn't that hygienic, but it's only gonna be me using it. I guess if you're a makeup artist, you'd probably put this on a palette or something. I don't like to get too much on the nose area. Well, this is so exciting. I love trying new foundations. Is that too much? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so buffing brush, and I'm just gonna, okay, yeah, they weren't joking. Can we see this? Oh, I hope I haven't put too much on. It's all right, we're just gonna blend it in and it's gonna be fine. So it's blending quite easily, but I am really, like, you can tell you're wearing foundation just from this first initial side. You can tell you're wearing foundation, but it looks flawless. Like, it looks perfect. Usually when I wear like a foundation, I normally go for like medium foundations, but I like using concealer to build it up to full. So maybe I won't even need concealer. If I do need any extra concealing after I finished putting the foundation on, I will just use the foundation instead of extra concealer, so we can see how the foundation works that way. Don't you just look so attractive when you're like blending? It's like, I'm like just getting over a cold, so my nose feels a little sniffly. Okay, so first impression, I really like it. It blended really well. You did have to put a little bit, like, you have to really blend it in, but I do that with most of my foundations anyway, just because I'm so worried that it's not blended that I just over blend, which works really well with this foundation because it needs, I don't know how to explain it. It blends easily, but you have to blend it just a little bit harder to get it to mesh perfectly with your skin. But looking at my face, it looks absolutely flawless. I don't see anywhere that I would need extra concealing done. So not that my skin was too bad at the moment, but sometimes I have like marks from like old blemishes or things like that that need covering. I personally wouldn't add any more concealer to my face, except for under my eyes, of course, but we'll get to that. Color-wise, I need to tell you guys a bit about this foundation first of all. It was Bisque Neutral, number 27, which is the one I purchased. And on the Sephora site, this is the Sephora US site, by the way, it says Bisque Neutral, fair with yellow undertones. I wouldn't exactly say this is a fair shade, because if it was fair, it would probably match me when I'm not fake tanned. But this matches me really, really well whilst I'm fake tanned. So I'm really, really happy about that. If it works well by the end of the day and I'm in love, I'm definitely buying a lighter shade, which looks like it would be something like ivory. And I've never been an ivory shade, but maybe this foundation just runs a little bit dark, if you know what I mean. So basically it just says an innovative foundation that delivers instant full coverage in a dot, less foundation for more coverage. I think I did apply quite a lot of it, but it actually looks nice, and I will definitely be experimenting with applying less of it, maybe just dotting it instead of like swiping it across my face. Gives skin flawless full coverage in an instant. Definitely agree with that. Revolutionary formula offers twice as much pigment as leading full coverage foundation in an oil-free base, which is really good because I normally have combination oily skin. My skin's really weird. Like this area here and on my nose is like super, super oily, whereas this area around my mouth and chin is usually quite dry, and then the rest of it is quite normal. So I have to sort of be careful what foundations I use and all that. But this one looks beautiful, and if it lasts 24 hours, which is what it claims, I'm gonna be so happy. Not that I'm gonna be wearing it for 24 hours, but I think I might be wearing it for about 12 hours. The time now is 11:30 a.m. and I actually have to work tonight, and my shift finishes at 10 p.m. tonight. So I'll check in with you guys before I go to work and after I get back from work, and we'll see how well that lasts. So that should come close to around 12 hours so we can get a good idea of how long this foundation lasts. What else can I say? That's pretty much all. Yeah, it says you can customize the coverage by adding less dots of foundation, blah, blah, blah. We went for full coverage today, obviously, because we wanted to see how well it works. I'm gonna take a little flash photo right now so we see if it has any flashback. I don't think this has SPF in it at all. Let me just double check. So I'm not expecting it to flashback. No, it doesn't say it has SPF, so I'm hoping it's really good with flash. Let me just do that for you guys now. Okay, so from the flash test, it looked a little lighter, but I don't know if that was because I felt like my settings weren't very good for the flash, but it did look a little bit lighter in the photo. I'm gonna go and do the rest of my makeup now, and then I'll come back and check in once I've done the rest. We'll see how my bronzer and everything applied over the top of it, and I'll check back in. Sorry guys, I just got started filming my other video and I completely forgot that I forgot to zoom you guys in on my face so you could see. I haven't put anything else on my face. I've just started to do a bit of a base for my eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna zoom you guys in. So I don't know if that's close enough. Can you see? I think that's good. So it looks really, really good on the cheeks, the nose. It's really good on, I actually just got up and went into my bathroom to look at it in natural lighting and it looked phenomenal. So just wanted to give you guys that close up. Hey guys, so I just finished filming my makeup. The time now is 2 p.m. Took me ages to film today. I was having a few difficulties, but we got there in the end, and so far the makeup, the foundation is looking incredible. Everything applied beautifully over the top. The only slight thing that I can tell you is a negative at this point is it looks a little cakey around my nose. But like I was mentioning, I've just been getting over a cold and my nose is obviously a bit dry around that area because I've been blowing it, and that's just what happens when you get a cold. Other than that, for how much I applied, it looks gorgeous. It doesn't look cakey anywhere else except for around the nose. Like I said, it looks absolutely flawless. Like if it stays like this till after my shift tonight, I am gonna be so happy, and I'm definitely gonna buy more shades of it. I am incredibly happy with how it's looking so far. By the way, I did film this makeup look, so it might be up before or after this first impression, but just keep an eye out for it. I am gonna go and film a couple of other cutaways for another video that I'm filming and clean up this mess. I'm about to Snapchat this mess that I just made because it is disgusting. But I'll check back in with you guys after I have some lunch, which should be in a couple more hours, and I'll let you guys know how it's going. Hey guys, this is my second last check-in, so I'm about to go to work in about half an hour, and so far the foundation looks absolutely beautiful. The time is almost 5 o'clock, so it's been on for pretty much 6 hours, and I think it looks phenomenal. Like my skin looks exactly how it did when I first applied the foundation. There is absolutely no oiliness happening. Any shine that's on my face, I put there with highlighter, bronzer, blah, blah, blah. I am so happy with how this looks. I think I'm gonna have to order a lighter shade. Even at 6 hours, that's still really good wear time for me. Usually I wouldn't be wearing foundation for longer than 8 to 10 hours max, but just today I have a late shift, so it's gonna have to last, and it looks like it's going to. Honestly, the pore thing is the biggest thing I've noticed so far, is that my pores just look so, you can barely see them. They look extremely smooth, and I didn't think that I had a problem with pores. Usually when I wear foundation, I don't think that my pores look very noticeable. But now that I've got this on, I'm like, damn, like my pores look smooth. So for $79, I think this foundation is living up to its cost. It's very expensive, and for that price, you want the foundation to 100% perform for you. For me, it has. I'm very interested to see how it looks in another 5 or more hours, because it's gonna be like probably 10:30, even past then by the time I get to check in with you guys again. But I'm really excited to see how it looks, and I think it's gonna be pretty good. It hasn't sunk into any lines around my mouth area, no expression lines up the top. It hasn't faded at all around my chin, which is normally where foundations fade on me. Even though I feel like I don't really lean on my chin, for some reason it just fades really fast there. But no, it looks absolutely brand new. So I will check in with you guys after I finish work, and we will see just how long this can last. Hey guys, the time is now 10:30 p.m. so that means the foundation's been on for 11 hours, and I'm super impressed. I've only just started to get the tiniest little bit oily, just slightly here and on my nose, the smallest amount. Normally I would have had to powder maybe once, twice at this point, but I haven't powdered at all. I haven't touched up since I set my face with just translucent powder. There's no extra coverage, and the powder I used was just the Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's so beautiful. Honestly, I'm definitely gonna be picking up another shade of this, because I'm just so impressed. Even at work, I was just walking past, like, we have mirrors in our work, and I was like, oh, am I really that matte? Because usually I walk past and the first thing I think is, holy shit, I'm so shiny. But no, this time I was actually really impressed, and I have normal combination skin at this time of year. It even borders on the dry side, but it's not dry to the point where I have that like flaky skin texture. It's just slightly dehydrated, if anything. Like I said, it did cake tiniest little bit around my nose where I had a dry nose from having a cold. So I'm guessing if you had dry skin where it was kind of peeling or flaky and uneven, it might cake on those areas. So just beware of that. But on my skin type, if you have normal combination skin, even oily skin, I think this would look beautiful on. And if you have dry skin, maybe even you could mix a drop of oil or something with it. But that concludes my first impression of the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation. I will definitely continue to be using this, so keep an eye out for it in future videos. And I think I have nothing else to say now, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!